So you decide. Who got the card?
I got.
It's for you.
So Łukasz is using one of those championship coins, those challenge coins, to mark who has initiative, and he's given it to Abel. He's put it on Abel's side of the table, so that's clear for himself.
Así era el set que tenía, ¿eh? Tenía set.
Could you put this two? Two?
Que no creo.
Oh, it's
No, es que...
so my
A ver, igualmente aquí hay 163, es mucho también. 220 algo. Está muy bien. Hay 300 personas mirando YouTube en directo, mirando X-Wing en directo ahora mismo. That's right, there is no time. So no time in this matchup, Matty. Okay, so no time in this. This is a final game. There's not going to be a clock. Okay, what does that mean? That means that if we didn't know anything about Abel's opening maneuvers, we're going to be here for a long time.
I think it will be fine for Łukasz.
Mm-hmm.
And well for Abel too, because Abel with Gonk he will waste a lot of time in his part,
Saving shields, yeah.
saving shields, and will be fine.
Okay.
I think it is an interesting game. It's the first time I seen a swarm today, so I want to see it.
You've not seen one?
Yes.
I've seen plenty.
I played versus anyone, so. And Dengar is really hard.
I mean, we saw in that last matchup, you were basically outgunned, because with him with Lone Wolf and the Punishing One title to give him extra damage output and defense bonuses, you were pretty much there was nothing you could have done really to pull that game back. It was based on purely luck. You'd have to have very lucky rolls to be able to pull that game back in those last few turns. Because if not, his Lone Wolf was going to let him re-roll everything, and based on the fact that the two jump masters were pretty much the same stats,
Yes.
it would just have been him based on Lone Wolf and Punishing One just having higher numbers than you. And we've also seen Łukasz this weekend. We've seen him play 3 times today, and his opening as well is also quite slow.
All the 3 times he opened. All the 3 times he opened with 1 close.
No, I'm not quite. I couldn't quite tell you if that was the case, but very similar situations that it takes a long time for the 2 lists to get engaged.
Yes.
I've not seen any opening on the part of Łukasz that's been a fast opening.
My hands shake.
Oh, speaking of which.
I'm saying myself. Barely, but.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
So this has been the largest X-Wing event held in Spain to date. I've got this set up really wrong. I should have this screen there, because otherwise we're doing that all the time. And the typical opener here from Abel that we've seen a lot in the same as your matchup against Abel, just hugging along his deployment zone, just turning backwards and forwards is what it looks like he's going to be doing to see exactly, get a feel of exactly what Łukaš's approach will be. Okay.
One thing, maybe you're not aware, but the final, it has time.
It has time?
Time. All rounds from the tournament have 75 minutes.
Okay.
So they've just told them that there is a time limit on this round. So I best fix my screen then.
Rules are rules. Ready?
Okay. Dengar is going to prove to be a powerful force in this matchup, with Lone Wolf and free attack dice.
Yeah, because it will change totally my
ability is really
first
hard.
rounds
Yeah.
And the droid, he has a lot of damage.
Mm.
You are one ship versus one ship.
Yeah. And of course, the advantage that Łukasz has in this matchup is the ability to block him out, cancel those actions out. One of the things you were finding difficult was the gonk droid generating shields for him at every single move you weren't attacking him. And so every time there was a disengagement and you had to come back, he had a couple more shields back on him, making it more difficult for you to actually do any damage. Now, that's one of the advantages that Łukasz has here, is that he's going to be able to pull off he's going to be able to send his swarm into the middle of those jump masters, block down Dengar, deny him those actions, making it harder for him to regenerate those shields. Uy, no pegas mi micro, tío. Se cayó un bonk. No, pero no era bonk, era gonk. Gonk for president is what they're saying here. Gonk is overpowered.
Absolutely.
They need to nerf Gonk. I think he's just given him. Alright, he's just put the prize, the trophies out there.
So this is for this guy, this is for this guy, this is for this guy. Okay?
Okay.
Man, really?
He uses one dial to mark both ships in that case. So he's placed down 3 dials. As he's got his ships deployed in columns and rows. Each row of ships is going to be doing the same maneuver. I'd like to personally say a huge thank you to Łukasz today for being on the stream so many times, and not just that, but using my bases and my ID markers with no complaint. It's an impressive formation.
Well, I think the strategy is clear for Łukasz. He need to
For what?
to
Yeah.
go full damage to the ships, and Abel needs to
Spread out.
just
Yeah.
needs to spare the swarm
Yeah.
and try to.
You've seen there. One of the things that was interesting there is right before Łukasz, right before Abel has revealed the maneuver from the jump master, Łukasz called out. He said it's going to do a 4 forward. He revealed it out, and there it is. It's gone straight forward. Could you press the X key?
X, no,
Oh, S.
X key.
X. Okay.
There you go.
There's only 2 buttons you need to press, Z and X, okay?
Okay.
Right, we're still live. You're okay. But yeah, Z and X. Every now and then I'll tell you, right? You press the Z key to change to the table and the X key to change to that camera, okay? No.
X
Z.
and Z. Okay.
They're right next to each
Z.
other.
Okay.
This is your streaming class 101, okay? In
Okay.
one year you'll be helping me full time. Don't worry about it. Huh.
I make streams too, but Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now.
Yes.
Capture a screen and output it to the stream.
Yes. Just a screen and
Right,
easy.
Senor.
And you probably put a little webcam in the corner or something, don't you? So the girls can see you.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. When you've combed your hair. Okay, change it over now, because he's got pretty much all of his dials done. Change it. There you go. Well, then that's it. Just press it once and it'll go by itself. You'll see when it changes, you'll start seeing all those things down there start changing.
Okay.
And the going back is the hardest bit. When you go back to the main table cameras, when it's got to load more stuff, and you press X, no, I'm not telling you to do it. When you press X, it's really quick. When you press Z, it takes a while.
Okay.
I would do it myself, but I don't want to keep reaching across.
Well, I think right now it's really hard moves to the swarm because they have a lot of asteroids front.
Well,
So
the TIE
You
Swarm
need
is
to think.
yeah, I mean, you're right. The TIE Swarm is a very strong list, but asteroids have very little impact on their maneuvers. It just, with barrel rolls, and they have pretty much the whole dial available to them, apart from that one bank, one straight. They've got plenty of options to be able to move in between those rocks, whether they're big or small. And that's where you realise, that's when you realise the high-level players with swarms, is the ability to just be able to go through those rocks.
Yeah, but it's not easy because, as you can see, if you do barrel rolls, you lose your action, the focus action, and
In the case of a TIE Swarm, the barrel rolls, in a lot of cases, are just as good as a focus or evade action, because they live and die from their positioning, rather than how much punch they've got. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
only throwing 2 dice anyway. In the case of Łukasz, they've all got crack swarm, so yeah, they can hit quite hard. But the vast majority of them,
no, yes, whoa, close.
like I say, you can see that Łukasz
Yes,
is
yes,
a highly experienced TIE Swarm player.
yes, I see.
Yeah, and like I say, we've seen him 3 times today.
Now barrel.
There's absolutely no
No.
straight. No, take a focus on that one.
Whoa.
And then look, this one's going to go and slot right in front.
Nice.
It should be like that, yeah? I put it wrong. Still
Wow.
go for it.
An intense swarm. You're flying around in 2 jump masks and you see those guys coming. You're scared.
Yes.
You know exactly
Scared.
those crack shots are gonna pepper you full of holes.
No stress.
But Abel is playing really well because they have right now two ties out.
But don't worry about that. They'll come straight back into the fight. I'm telling you, they've got the manoeuvres to be able to do it. I mean, there may be some cases where there's where he's got a couple of ties that aren't fighting, but it's not the most important issue for him.
Yes, one attack only. The power of Dengar.
The power of Dengar. 3 attack dice, 1 hit, 1 crit, and blank and 1 evade takes the crit against the Black Squadron, and it's the stunned pilot that if he overlaps an obstacle or finishes a maneuver touching another ship,
This will be the crit marker, okay?
will receive an automatic damage.
Yeah, so I will be dead because I want to shoot you back.
We have noticed during Lucas's play that he has quite poor luck with those evade dice.
Yeah.
Right, now you press the X button as they go back to dials. Press the X button.
¿Está bien?
X y Z. No, no toques nada. Le estaba recordando que es X y Z.
Sí, me acuerdo.
Vale, pero es que se va a salir aquí de chondeo. Ok. We've just received word that the Naboo final has finished. Rolls for an asteroid. Another thing that's quite now he's spread his formation out with Łukasz, okay? And what you're seeing a little bit more sloppy placement. Yeah, that last tie, he's put that down. That's not perfectly lined up like the other ties were before.
I will move them other direction, but they can
He's put that down, the red one that just went through an asteroid. He's put that down a slightly off skew. Obviously, he's opening up his formation. He's not so concerned about that millimeter position.
too hot.
Wow.
So, yep, we're receiving word that from Denmark that the Polish player there has lost his final. So now we have all the hopes of Spain riding on the back of Abel, and all the hopes of Poland riding on the back of Łukasz. And let's face it, right? There's already one Spanish player and one Polish player going to the final.
Yeah.
So this game's important.
The-
Yes, he did roll for going over the asteroid. We had changed the camera. I'm sorry about that. He did got a blank face. There was no damage. Can you hear me okay when I talk this way, Matty?
Yes.
Okay.
Proton and tips.
So you got 4 dices.
So, proton rocket, proton torpedoes, 3 hits, 1 evade, looks like 3 blanks. Łukasz is not happy.
It's the second roll again. So 2 crits.
He gets those crits.
Actually, that 1 man's. Yes. This is 1
Structural damage and
Oh, that's nice.
Seriously?
weapons failure
For fuck's sake.
One.
Yeah.
on Howl Runner.
Okay.
The eye.
Two evades.
So, my whole runner to Tribura. 1 die. Nothing.
Howl Runner attacks with 1 die, gets nothing for the critical for a weapons failure.
Yeah, great.
And Mortal Miffle, 2 dice,
4 dices.
4 dice for defense.
Okay.
I think that's all blank. It's hard to tell with those new dice.
The one that is the closest to you. To Tribura.
Can you take them 2 off?
Sorry.
1
1.
eye. Another one shieldless.
Did you check if it's in range? I think so, but yeah,
Yes, it is.
it's with an asteroid or without?
Without.
Okay.
So a range 3 attack from the Black Squadron to Tel Tribura. Unobstructed.
Blue one?
Yeah.
Blue one? No? Vale.
Okay. 2 hits.
2 hits. 3 blanks.
So you get bad luck as well.
Damage starts going on.
The one with the eye.
2 hits.
Sorry.
And 2 evades.
Okay, crit.
The crack shot goes off and a crit goes in.
One attack.
One attack less.
One less dice.
Sure.
Also gets the
And
weapon
the last one,
weapon
the red
failure.
Reroll.
2 hits.
Yeah.
1 evade,
If I
1
can shoot
eye.
you, that's
One
what
is the red one.
The red one.
Spends
Yeah, but I will do it anyway.
another crack shot to get both damage
So
through.
you survive on 1 HP, yeah?
Yep.
That's all for me.
¿Cuántos años le han hecho a Abel?
crit. Let's talk about TF. What's TF? Forgot the crit on the TIE fighter. Right, which one? All right, yeah, sorry. Well, no, I didn't forget it. I saw it happen, but I forgot to update it. Very tense final here, Matty. Isn't it? It's a very tense final.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a lot going on. We've got the entire judges team watching the game. We've seen very high level play from Łukasz and Abel in his match against yourself. Excellent. Some excellent. Managed to claw that game back from what looked like to be a certain death scenario. Hey, you get to take one of these playmats home, huh? How about that?
Yep.
Yep. Exclusive. You'll have to bring it into the rocker when I co-transmit.
Yes. To play the table one.
Yeah.
In La Roca.
Much better.
Ooh.
Looks like he's going to get his first bump.
So this is a bump. Yeah.
I mean, the thing here is, he was able to activate those ships in whichever order he chose. So I think that's actually been part of the plan. Getting them set up like that. I think that was part of his plan, was to set them up like that, because he's allowed to activate those ships in any order, and they've ended up like that. I think that was part of what he was trying to get for.
Yes, he's overlapping planet.
Purposely bumping his own ships. Wants to, even though he's losing those actions, he wants to be able to guarantee himself that position for the next round.
Try to check it.
Wow.
Blocking up those jump masters here, making it difficult for that Tel Travua maneuver to allow him to escape.
Maybe one close to the right.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have picked that maneuver to begin with. Now we can see where the ties are. We can turn around and say if he goes to the right, he can probably fit. But I think we're going to see him bump and get separated from Dengar.
Yep.
Lose his action. And there we go.
You can push it a little bit, Max. I will.
Wow.
So Dengar also doing a short maneuver.
Yep.
And the question is whether or not he's going to take advantage of that boost to get himself out further away.
All the hope is in Dengar, I think.
Right now, yeah, and Dengar's a powerful ship with the Lone Wolf and the title to give himself 3 dice for attack.
Tell to me.
Yeah. You felt the full power
Yes.
of Dengar in the last round. So now
But I think Dengar is powerful versus one ship, two ships, but a swarm would be dangerous.
Yeah, it's true. He's left Tel Travura on one hull at the moment. Now, do you think it'd be a good idea to shoot Tel Travura now, and have him and have him regenerate so you can duck him again, or maybe leave Tel till later? So ready for attacks.
Abel needs to kill one or two ships.
So 2 and 1 evade, 1 eye, 2 eyes, 3 evades.
I have to reroll this. I got the crit. Yeah. So 1 damage. And I don't spend my eye, okay? Sorry for the... I totally forgot.
He re-rolled. He rolled again the damage dice because he had the structural damage. So he should have rolled 1 fewer die. He's re-rolled that, taken another hit, and left Howl Runner on 1 hull point after the hull upgrade.
I didn't. I just rerolled dice because.
But you use it, or
I didn't use it because
hit it.
Yeah. So I take 1 damage because I roll like this. Yeah. Sorry for this disturbing, but.
So, Tel Travura's attack wants to be taken Howler off the table and uses feedback array.
Good move.
Which means that Tel Travura dies, comes back to life with 1 hull point.
So I use my eye.
4 hits? What's that about?
So you are reborn.
Yes.
The red one.
And he's dead.
Don't you got another life with Tel Travura?
No, he don't.
I suicide myself. That's the first time. With the...
Oh, I see. Okay. So the blue one here.
He hadn't realised the feedback array had actually killed Tel Travura. Łukasz hadn't realised Tel Travura had already died from the feedback
First the
array.
green one. Went 3 through the asteroids once.
does it have an asteroid?
Yeah. I think so. Okay.
Saved on that one.
Yellow robot.
Saved it.
No, I don't use it this time.
Okay. The blue one with the eye.
2 blanks. 1 eye, 1 focus, and
So that's all.
evaded. And not spending any crack shots this round.
He's not so brave. Oh, maybe.
I think he's holding the crack shots for accurate, maybe.
Probably. It would make a lot of sense. Especially when he's only got when he's still got so many shields, and with Gonk saving up 7 shields already. He wants to be able to put through an enormous amount of damage in 1 turn and take Dengar down so he doesn't get to regenerate any shields in the next turn. Please press the X key, Matty. X. Now I've got people complaining about the crack shot, and yes, I was marking them earlier in the tournament. He's cleaned away his Hound Runner cards there. He's obviously getting ready to get his plane home. He's cleaned away the Hell Runner card. He's getting ready. He's getting packing up to go home.
I'm set. Ready?
Could you please put the two for me? Thank you very much. You're welcome.
I forgot about other Mitchell.
¿Gira tanto?
Could you please help me with just keep him? Thank you.
So he'd forgotten Molamith was there, blocking his own tie. Pulls a K-turn to be able to better pursue Dengar through the asteroids in the next turn.
I think Dengar is going to move too straight because it's a green maneuver. He needs to
make sure he's got distance.
Wow.
No, getting straight back into the middle of them. Is he going to feed back array?
Really good move because all the ties are in your
Firing arc, yeah.
Firing arc, so you
Get to do a double attack, yeah.
make the double attack. Yep.
So that one, the blue and the green black squadron, he's going to be able to shoot them with 4 dice at range 1, and even the purple one to his left.
The problem is
Yeah, and which
five
and
dice
yeah,
fighting you.
yeah, and then the red black squadron towards the back of the formation, he's going to be able to shoot that one twice, and so he's basically got. He's going to be able to shoot that one. He'll be able to shoot that one a second time. I don't know. He's got
Which one have
Whi-
one damage?
the purple one, which is the one to his left, the one
Okay.
closest to the camera.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many lives left?
I probably
Mhm. So he's decided he's going
Try
to throw
to
fire
kill
4
the
dice
purple one.
into that one, and then he'll be able to save his counter attack for one of the front tires. Probably the blue one would be a good
Wow.
effort.
Oh,
Lone
yeah.
wolf in,
Good.
focus token,
Nicely done.
4 hits,
So
Wow.
it
evades 2,
So,
takes 2, another
He's dead.
crit. Just for the record, was a damaged sensor array, and that tie goes home.
Dengar streaks back.
Yep. And now we've got to see which of those black squadrons is going to eat the revenge attack. Blue one. Here we go. Blue one. The closest tie is just
Wow.
attacked. Got 1 eye, 2 blanks, and Dengar's going to defend.
So
Nope.
Destroyed.
I've forgotten about this one. Can I shoot after this? Or you want to?
Yes.
This is millimeter. One.
So they made a mistake. They didn't. Mauler Miffle did not fire first. Takes the damage.
Droid.
The droid.
To here.
To him, yeah. Okay. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
You will give him that.
Now Dengar counterattacks the blue black squadron.
Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf, 3 hits.
Bam.
Saved. 3 evades.
So the green one. Not red one.
Black squadron. 2 hits. 1 evade. Rerolled for Lone Wolf. Looks like 2.
Evades.
Looks like 2.
Seriously? Dude. Sorry. You just took the red one. The red one.
When Dengari Salon is so good.
With the Lone Wolf upgrade, the punishing one,
Yes.
it turns him into a TIE killing machine. Un trituradora de TIEs.
Seriously.
Básicamente.
Yeah.
A TIE
That's how I
chopper.
love this game. So you took
After
all
the,
swarm and you lost one shit, yeah?
the
Because you got lone wolf.
only one hit.
Only 1 hit from the whole swarm.
Yeah.
4 ships attacking 1 ship. That's
Powerful
what happens when they've got only 2 attack dice. Howl Runner's gone, so he's not got his reroll ability. Matty, remind me, what's Mauler Miffle's ability? What's Mauler Miffle's ability? Mutilador Mitil.
I don't know.
You don't know? You're not very good at this, are you? When attack at range, run extra attack dice. Mauler Miffle is 7. No, I was talking about that.
The ability.
Yeah, that's his pilot skill.
Yes.
The ability is when he's at range 1, he rolls 1 extra attack dice. These range 1 ships, it can be a bit difficult to remember them. So now, obviously, this round, we're going to see Gonk come back and give him an extra shield back. And Dengar will be sitting there on full health.
I don't know.
No.
Abel have a really hard move right now.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the TIEs are going to try and block the right side, yeah? And Mauler Miffle's going to come in from the left. I'd personally go 4 straight if I was Dengar.
I'm not sure because it's a 4
Can we take
straight.
your Dengar?
If the red tie overlap,
Yeah.
you probably gonna
The red
lose
tie's
your
the red
action.
tie's going to move, so they're going to be trying to block in. They're not going to be able to go backwards. The 4 straight would put him pretty much behind where the red tie is now. Pretty much, if he was doing it for the maneuver first, he would overlap that red tie. But I think after the red tie's moved, Dengar should be able to slot in nicely, just back there.
But red tie, 1 left strike, or
Mhm.
green 1 left and barrel roll,
True.
and you lost your ability.
But I think that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to be trying to block him in, putting that green tie in between those 2 rocks, putting the red tie in between these 2 rocks, or Mauler Miffle. And then if the red tie goes between the 2 rocks that's just in front of himself, then Mauler Miffle will move in straight to block a short straight maneuver on part of Dengar, which is why I was saying a 4 straight would be what would save him.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
well, that was unexpected.
Yellow 1.
2 straight. And
Whoa.
trying to set up a kill box, basically. Thinking he's got the Dengar blocked
Forced
by that
straight.
black squadron between the 2 rocks.
Come on for
He's-
straight. No. Yes.
That's why I do this all the time, Fat Man Matty.
No, I was guessing.
So now you obliterate my.
Okay. Just trying to make sure with the Polish people we're being as impartial as possible. To make it clear that my celebration was not because Dengar's escaped the
We
kill
apologize.
box, but because I'm the guy that does this full time and Matty's got no idea. Sorry, did my accent just get closed up there, didn't it? So, damage going on to Mauler Miffle.
3 times.
Mauler Miffle attack range 1, gets 3 hits. And crack shot. No, Lone Wolf and spends his crack shot. Loses 3 shields.
Droid.
P0. Sorry for calling. P0. Right. The blue one to you? Yep. Nothing?
Pilot skill 0.
1. 2 times 2. Wolf.
Loses. Okay. That's the end of that. Another intense round of shooting. Dengar loses all his shields. And what we've seen here is Mauler Miffle has the damaged cockpit. Very difficult choices for maneuvers now for Łukasz. Mauler Miffle is going to be moving at pilot skill 0, first to move in this engagement, which could cause a problem for the black squadrons to be moving as well. Escuadrón Piña ya están en casa a Salamanca. A slight bump there. Maybe Mauler Miffle. Oh, he's got such control. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he. Can I say that? He knows what he's doing. Look how close he's come to that asteroid.
It's a bomb? Yep. And it's the worst one?
Wow.
I think it's in the asteroid.
Okay. Okay.
No.
I want. Okay. I want.
Está tensionada.
Yeah.
Blanco. That's true.
What? Okay. All hits are crits. Okay.
Asteroid.
How's that
And
happen?
damage.
Because he got
That's
blocked.
right.
All hits are crits. As Łukasz has gone removing those cards, he's got me a bit confused as to which one of the ships I should be taking the damage off. You nailed it. Remove that stress token.
Hero? Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, did he regen a shield as well?
I
No.
wanted to help, but I did it close. To the asteroids.
Regen the shield with
Slow
the
down.
experimental interface.
Wow.
Blank, 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 blank.
It was
And-
secrets.
Łukasz feels the burn.
So the blue one for you?
So until now, let's just go through the
Va escopeta, va
This game is
escopeta.
so goddamn unfair.
Te pilla y te cruje.
Just amazing. Okay, so nothing.
Mauler Miffle, damaged cockpit, and they go back to dials. Gosh darn it, Matty! What a final! Oh,
Yes.
this is going down. This is going down right now.
Tense.
Poland behind Łukasz, Tope, full throttle, and Spain betting everything on Dengar. That bounty hunter that showed up wrapped up in bandages. What was all that about? Who would have thought that the Spanish would find a hero in Dengar? Mauler Miffle positioning himself, not for this round, but if not the second round.
Sorry.
Black squadrons closing into range. Where's this one going to go? Is he going to go over that asteroid? Mm,
Close.
yeah.
Oh, wait.
I think Abel is going to move too close.
Abel's obviously trying to draw those ties
again.
into range one.
Yes.
Take full advantage of that 4 dice turret attack.
He wants.
And if he ever gets lucky enough to find anyone in arc, that's something else. I don't think he has that black squadron in arc. Regenerates another shield. Gonk,
Yeah.
proving to be one of the most overpowered cards in the game. Whatever you do, don't let Gonk. Sí, lo tengo.
Mira a ver si está dentro. A ver si está dentro de mi arco, por favor. Sí, así le ves, ¿no? Sí, a ver. Si está dentro de
Está, es que lo había dejado muerto, ¿no?
Ah, luego.
Se ha perdido 2 ties solo. Lo había matado uno extra.
Ha matado 2 y hay uno con 1 de vida.
Sí.
Ahora ahora
Lo había quitado toda su vida, no lo había dejado una. 4 dice, 4 hits.
Miss, yeah? You've heard about miss.
Blank, blank, blank. 4 hits go onto that black squadron.
True.
Frustration.
Last 3 turns, 4 turns, you kill 1 tie after tie. Only with Dengar.
Yeah.
Lucas is only just realizing the ability of Dengar to kill a tie every single turn.
Is the problem of the green dice.
And the green dice and the ability with Dengar to regenerate, re-roll those green dice with Lone Wolf and regenerate a shield each turn is just it's going to make it way too hard, especially now with Lucas has only got 3 ties left to put through enough damage to be able to take down Dengar.
But Dengar with Lone Wolf, to green dice, recovering shields. It's a really hard ship.
It's a deadly ship, is what it is.
Oh, one, right.
Cool. So it will be another kill. Yeah.
And another shield.
So 5 turn, 5 kills in a row.
Dice.
Because blanks are for the weak.
No. Only wolf.
3 hits with the focus token after Lone Wolf. Looks like I'm seeing 2 evades.
Okay, so I
One
will kill myself, sorry.
major explosion, gets a focus result.
What happened?
He had a major
I
explosion,
will try to hit you back.
which is what happened
Of
to
course,
Wop.
blanks.
He had a major explosion, which is what happened to Wop in the final in Madrid. But when he rolled the dice, he only got an eye, so nothing happened. I'll tell you what, I'm getting a bit tired of this shuffling shields on and off. Really, not much to say right now.
Okay, may I? Yeah. This one first, yeah?
Those ones.
Es que creo que... Vale, los dos que no lo tienen han muerto antes de gastarles.
Sí, pero que este está muerto, bien.
Vale. Es que hay mucho que está pasando. Que lo tengo que estar quitando los daños de él, preparando por el contraataca. Después se hace el regenerar escudos. Hay mucho pasando aquí.
Here is the time. It doesn't matter.
2 evades, takes another tie off the field. Down to Mauler Miffle.
Droid.
The droid counterattack. No damage.
Right, chill up, focus.
It's pretty much written.
Fucking Dengar.
It's pretty much written what Dengar's going to do right now. Green move, focus, regenerate shield, and a 5 attack dice. Hello, Łukasz.
Hello, Simon.
How are you feeling?
Pretty terrible, I suppose.
It's been a difficult loss for you, correct? It's been difficult for you.
Yeah, because you know when you travel 3,000 kilometers, then play for
12 rounds.
games, you win 10 of them, you go to the final, and then something like this happens. It's pretty hard to take it. Yeah, and I'm not taking this very well.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult because you know not one, but few rolls away from the London which was my purpose, yeah, and my sort of the dream, yeah.
Anybody would have the same
probably.
dream.
So
It's understandable, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
it's not very pleasant.
of course not. What do you think was the bit that really turned the game in his favour?
I think few things. First of all, I may be pity to say that, but I think the dice has made a huge part in this game. But one of the biggest things was that judges told me after the third turn that there is a limit to this game. Because in any other regionals or any other top place, there is no limit, no time limit. Yeah.
Okay.
So I place the asteroids and I play first three turns. Like there is a limit to this game.
Okay.
And then because he got the initiative, yeah, I have to move faster, go to the asteroids
Of course.
instead of waiting for him on my open area.
Okay.
And it was really important. One thing, mostly one of my dials slipped, yeah, and I made a 2 bank, which led me to the asteroids instead of 2 bank.
2
yeah.
turn.
I
Bank
made,
is the slight,
yeah,
and turn is the hard one.
yeah, and I made 2 straight.
Okay. Oh right.
This
And it changed to a
bumped me
2
into my
bank.
Mauler Mittel, and I
Right.
bumped into an asteroid.
That's right.
And instead of flying to bank,
Okay.
and in the next turn bumping the Dengar,
Right.
because it was the plan all along. But I made one mistake because I should make a barrel roll.
Yeah.
But I thought that with his roll I have to have an eye, because almost every roll was 3 hits and a crit, and yeah, so I panicked a little bit. So I take this instead of risking. It would be a much better play as watching this in the perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what can I say more?
There's not too much that we can say about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He survived 2 turns on a
He
close
has
combat.
that Dengar is a very powerful ship. Regenerating shields, lone wolfing. Once he's lost the other ship, always has the ability to repeat 1 dice through lone wolf on defense and on attack, and basically throwing 4 dice at range 1, completely destroying ties every single round, and then including the round where he had ties in arc, able to shoot at 2 different ties.
I
range
know
1.
that. I understand that. I
That's
have
incredible.
to kill Trevura.
You've had some very bad luck. That's true. Yeah, you rolled a lot of blank dice.
Yeah.
But then he's also got a very high damage output, just native to the ship. We even talk about luck, rerolls and stuff like that. Just very high damage output and a lot for you to be able to take.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. I didn't have much choice in those rounds because I have to be on the range 1.
Of course.
Yeah. What can I say more? Well, I like this list. Yeah, I think it's really good list.
Yeah.
Not for everything, but for this meta, it's a really.
Okay. Let me ask you.
Great.
You said you had to go for Tel Trevura first.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning behind that?
Because Tel Trevura fired only 1 torpedoes.
Right.
Those
you want
torpedoes.
to wipe out those torpedoes.
Yeah, I wanted,
Right.
and he is much easier to kill. Yeah.
Right.
And
okay.
then when I got only 1 ship against my 5 ties, which were statistically, I think I should won this.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The problem is
Maybe I'm wrong.
the Dengar, 3 dice, lone wolf, gonk.
Yeah, but
It's a lot to take.
it's a lot to take. But he got only 9 HP.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
got 3
And
crack shots.
you held your
left.
crack shots back. We
Yeah.
noticed you weren't spending crack shots
Yeah,
because you were
I-
waiting for that round where you could put a whole bunch of damage onto
Yeah,
him.
but it doesn't work because in this
He took
2
a tie
rounds
off every single
I
turn.
roll all blanks, and 1 eye, and so on, and he rolls 3 hits, reroll, crit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. What can I say more? Seriously.
Listen, Łukasz, I don't want to torture you anymore. Okay. I want to make sure you take as much enjoyment as you can out of your visit to Spain before you go back to Poland. I want to say thank you very much for the time you've spent with me and for getting to know you. It's been a pleasure to get to know all of you. Thank you for taking the time to share your games with us. Okay, that's the most important thing to me, is that you can always turn around and say, I don't want to be on camera, but you've been a gentleman in that respect. And another thing I'll tell you that's impressed me with yourself, a Thai Swarm player, right, which normally, if you watched Yavin, the finals in Yavin, I spoke a lot about how Thai Swarm players are normally a person that's a lot more controlling over his equipment, and you've come down every single game, you've changed your bases, you've put my base markers on to make it as easy as possible for us all. I want to say thank you. You've been the best possible player I could have hoped for.
Well, thank you very much. It was a great pleasure to be here and to meet you. Yeah, because you are one of the best talkers I've ever met. Thank you for the streaming. Thank you for organizing all of this.
No, I've got nothing to do with organisation.
But with
I do
streaming,
this.
yeah.
I do this.
Exactly.
Excellent.
It was really a pleasure to meet you.
And you yourself and all your guys.
Thank you very much.
And they've told you about what happened in Denmark.
Yeah, my colleague lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 poles in the finals, 2 lost.
That's a big deal, though. I mean, we had to say, if it had been, you're talking about 3 Polish players that had the possibility of going through to the final. One goes through, but 3 could have ended up in the final in London.
Yeah,
and that's the sort of thing that shifts a spotlight towards Poland as being a competitive scene.
Yeah, you know, we play really a lot, because, for example, me myself, I was on 8 store championships, every single big tournament that there is, because I'm playing since January this year.
You only just started in January?
Yeah.
I'm going to smack you.
Sorry. Really? After this game?
You start in January and 5 months later you're at this level of play.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
No, I would be amazing if I won this, yeah.
You're amazing
I'm a
anyway.
first loser today, so it's
all right.
not such amazing.
That's it, we stop there.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your
Thank
time. A pleasure to meet you. I look forward to meeting you all guys again sometime in the future. Nothing else to say, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Vale.
Abel.
Ay, que me muero tú.
Ahí está tu cámara, ¿vale? Ahí es donde estamos hablando, ¿vale? Lo siento por el loop de atrás, te va a hacer parecer como una fantasma de sombra oscuro.
Mejor porque al mío no se ve.
Pero ahí estamos.
Así no se me ve lo feo que soy.
¿Qué tal?
Bueno, o sea, no vuelvo a tener una buena tirada de dados en mi vida.
No, tanto no, ¿eh? Eres un
O
barra de
sea,
edad.
O sea, estas cosas se ganan por dados. Y
ha
ha sido vergonzoso.
Pero no solo eso, es que tú,
A ver,
Dengar, es un titulador del país.
A ver, es que
que
esta lista, si no vas primero a por Dengar, que es lo que le ha pasado a todo el mundo que ha perdido conmigo, estás perdido.
Es que tú tienes esta combinación que es muy curioso. Tú dices, tienes que ir por Dengar primero, vale, pero tú tienes Deltravura que regenera.
Pero solo una vez. Es como, digamos, te salva de un ataque gordo. Es como el droide de... Como es
Mira, de hecho, te puedo pedir un favor, cambiamos a sillas así que te vean mejor a ti. Y no está mirando a mí, que pasa todo. Vale, sigue.
Pues eso, a ver, Deltravura realmente es el señuelo. O sea, ya ves que siempre lo pierdo y siempre lo lanzo el primero.
Sí.
También tiene sus misiles, ¿para qué? Para morir haciendo daño.
Haciendo daño, claro.
Un poco con mayúsculas, ¿no? Pero el secreto es Dengar, ese combo de Gong, y el droide rebotador. Huir como un perro.
Sí.
Con lobo solitario, intentar salvar las más vidas posibles, el ojito además, pues todo ir tratando de que te hagan muy poco daño, el poco que te hagan irlo recuperando con Gong, y si puedes atacar y atacas como esta vez que he dado vergüenza, pues atacas, y si no, pues dejas el droide que vaya haciendo su trabajo.
Al final pusieron un tiempo en esta ronda, que nos sorprendí, y aún quedan 15 minutos de este tiempo.
Joder.
Tú das la lista y yo he visto 3 partidos hoy de Łukasz y en ningún partida acababa con todos sus ties. ¿Sabes? Que, hombre, claro, que los partidos que yo he visto lo ganaba, así que obvio, pero iban a tiempo y tenía un montón de ties aún, ¿sabes? Así que poco daño recibe, pero tu Dengar está hecho para hacerles petar, uno por turno, y cuando lo pillabas en arco, Algunas podría haber sido 2.
Claro.
Que había este enfrentamiento que tenías el que tenías marcado con violeta a tu izquierda, tú le atacabas con 4 dados, ¡bam! Y después él te atacaba con el negro que estaba justo delante, tú contraatacas y por suerte se liberaba. Creo, o no.
Bueno, suerte tampoco, porque la verdad es que bueno,
no recuerdo muy bien,
él
pero
tuvo media baja y yo media muy alta.
Era un turno bestial y incluso él no lo podía creer lo que estaba pasando, que te atacaba con 5 ties y recibes 1 punto de daño.
Yo, no pensé que iba a ganar contra un enjambre. No pensé que iba a ganar. De hecho, pues la única partida que perdí fue contra...
Vale, seguimos.
Pues eso, que no me lo podía creer. O sea, yo cuando vi el enjambre dije...
Tu récord, echamos un pequeño vistazo al ranking cuando entremos en el top. Tú habías perdido...
Perdí una con 2X T70 y 2 a las B, que es lo normal.
Y después, ¿qué estamos hablando? ¿De 2 victorias modificadas entonces? Para que acabas en 46?
No, es que la última, como ya estábamos... clasificados.
Es verdad, pactabais.
¿Vale?
Así que el empate, es verdad que lo recuerdo ahora. Así que por eso solo perdiste una ronda, pactabas una y te acabas con 36 puntos. Madre mía. ¿Y era contra otra vez, perdón?
2X, T70 y 2 a las B.
¿Lo hemos visto?
Claro,
lo hemos visto nosotros.
Fue listo, él fue primero a por Dengar y claro, me trosquiló porque hacía mucho daño.
Madre mía. También hemos visto... Mira, como te ha ido pasando el top, primero te enfrentabas con Ángel Berenguer, con el enjambre Crack Swarm también, y también lo has derrotado.
A ver, también, a ver, obviamente, tuve suerte. No se gana un torneo de estos sin suerte.
No sé si lo puedes decir eso, porque tu Dengar está hecho para patear atrás.
Tuve la suerte de que jugué a intentar que él se separase por entre los asteroides y lo conseguí.
Vale.
Cuando los enjambres se empiezan a separar es cuando yo realmente estas naves les hacen mucho daño.
Vale.
Porque entonces no me atacan todas a una, atacan 2 a una, 2 a otra, una no ataca, contra otra he chocado, entonces claro.
Y hemos visto tu batalla con Matías en el semifinal y cómo te ha ido la cosa hasta el final y es eso, los últimos 2 partidos que hemos visto tuyos ha sido... No sé cómo decírtelo, pero has ido petando cosas. No sé. Y incluso es que llega un punto con tu Dengar de que llega al final de partida, llega hasta el punto, hasta los últimos 20 minutos de partida, es que se ve que es imposible ganar este Dengar, que se va a regenerar un escudo, que se tiene long move para tirar. Es una nave durísima.
Hay que hacerle mucho daño a la vez.
Exacto.
Es la única manera.
Y por eso... Él se guardaba los crackshots. Sí, él tenía crackshots, los guardé para tener un turno que se iba petándote.
Se guardó 2 crackshots para tener un turno de tal, pero no le salió bien.
No, madre mía. Vale, Londres. Vas.
No me lo puedo creer. Por supuesto que voy.
Por supuesto que voy. Que compartes cama con Fernando.
Sí,
¿verdad?
O sea, sí, el cabrón de Fernando, que lo único que dijo de mí cuando le entrevistaron por ganar a él fue lo mucho que roncaba. Y qué malo es el karma, ahora me va a oír roncar otra vez en Londres.
Vais a dormir en la misma cama, abrazaros, roncando, es lo que va a pasar. Muy bien. Pues mira, encantado. Hombre, pues yo te conocí desde la Nacional,
desde
del año
Nacional,
pasado, que me apareció allí y hemos entrevistado contigo como representante de Asturias. Mira, enséñanos los escudos, los medallas que tienes.
Son todas falsas.
A ver, de hecho, no los puedes quitar fácilmente, ¿verdad?
Sí.
A ver, lo metemos en cámara.
Vamos a ver. Bueno,
esto,
esta me la he hecho yo. O sea, me la he hecho yo. Es un premio, es un detalle que me dieron en el Store Championship de Bilbo Hammer.
Bilbo Hammer.
Porque maté a Sontirfel con el armamento principal de un Hawk.
Es un marcador, ¿no?
Es un marcador. Y yo he hecho una medalla porque soy muy presumido. Yo voy.
Eso es uno. Entonces eso. Vale.
Y esto es mi amuleto de la suerte. Se ha confirmado, yo no pertenezco desde hoy oficialmente a la iglesia de Gonk y ese es mi token medalla de Gonk
Vale, ahí está. El gong, que es,
El
es
gong.
OP, ¿verdad?
Está chetado. Hay que caparlo.
chetado,
La
se
nueva
tiene que hacer
FAQ
un
hay
nerf.
que poner, vamos, cada vez que se usa hay que ponerse un crítico y un...
Ya, tiene que
y
llevar,
unos
un
iones.
tensión o
Sí,
algo.
sí. Crítico,
o
iones, todo.
no sé, te sales del turno
Claro.
doble tensionado. Y el otro es una kit de tienda, así que no.
Y el otro es un kit de
Ah,
tienda,
esto es
y
la cantina de
esto es
Mosalia.
la
Un saludo
cantina
a Fran.
y
que
esto
se-
es mi hidal.
Hidalgo.
Hidalguito.
Está Hidalgo, espera.
Es mi hidalgo.
Ahí está Hidalgo. Que está justo aquí
Lo-
atrás.
lo-
Ahora mismo, mira.
Es el único
Te
al que
pones
quiero.
así y lo hago así.
Es el único al que
Ahí
quiero
está.
más que a Gon.
Muy bien. Pues muchas gracias, Abel. Suerte en
Gracias a
Londres.
ti.
¿Vale?
Gracias.
Y te veremos en el siguiente torneo.
El nacional, espero
¿Te
poder
vas,
venir.
¿Te vas a Italia?
A Italia no, ya no,
No,
no puedo más, ya,
no.
sí, no.
¿Alemania?
O sea,
No te-
no puedo más,
Vale.
ya.
Mucha suerte, chico.
Gracias, y
Vale,
gracias
ya
por
nos
estar aquí,
veremos otra.
que eres
Claro,
la alegría
hombre.
de...
Y gracias por compartir tu tiempo con toda esta gente. 300 personas te han visto ganar.
Joder, pues qué guay.
Vale. A ver si lo pido Łukasz.
Pues vamos a hacer la entrega del premio al finalista Łukasz Golonka. Un aplauso, por favor. Una foto, por favor, ahí. Toma, cómelo tú, que tú eres el que gana. Y el
Now I
papel.
can tell my surname is Hamon.
Ah.
So I'm Łukasz Hamon, in fact.
Ok. Bien. Congratulations. Bueno, y el flamante campeón, venido desde tierras asturianas, Abel. Enhorabuena. Vamos, espérate que nos hagan una fotito. Al revés. Sí.
Se nota que es mi primer torneo,
Se nos va a Londres, ¿eh? Se nos va a Londres. Se nos va a Londres a ganar el Coruscant invitacional. ¿Qué tal? ¿Estás contento?
Yo venía aquí a jugar, no a ganar.
Bueno, toma el tapete. Venga, toma.
Tapete.
Venga, vámonos.
Es que ahora en Asturias te va a hacer falta.
Bueno, muchas gracias a todos. Hasta otra.